Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
Okay, we are live. Hello, Uncle John.
Hello, Nico.
Right, so guys, this is a test flight specifically for Zibo. So I'm going to start slightly different and do things slightly differently, but you're obviously welcome to join us. So first of all, I just want to make note. This is our current payload with the current fuel. Zibo, what I found, it's happened twice randomly, where airside services never gave me the correct fuel, and I actually resorted to cheating to get fuel into the aircraft. So I want to keep an eye specifically on the refueling. Then what I want to show you obviously is my realism settings. I've got everything on short because of the test flight. I don't want to sit here for 10 minutes if I don't have to. And there's your new pause for load flight is yes. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And then if we go to the settings here, I can actually show you. Let's put both on there. Sorry, I had to just get my bearings. Right, so if we go to the settings, you'll see 170 in the packs, 4.5 on the fuel. And the cargo is obviously around at 4.4. Okay, so just to tell you, this is exactly as I have it, as the XML file should have it. So I'm just going to activate it to get going. And before we go anywhere, we're going to check that this is actually set correctly, because I've got a strange feeling. I don't know why. I don't know if this all gets set correctly. Anyway, like I said, twice it happened. Just randomly didn't work. Hello, Geert. Right. Tonight we've got a very short flight.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
And guys, I am a little bit tired. Today took it out of me. I promise you, today was not a good day for me. And it's getting late, so just bear with me. Zibo, if I do something wrong, don't laugh. I'll do my best to do it proper. So let's have a look for 5. Okay, this time we did it correctly. Yeah. And it's busy with the payload there, which will be 17.9 at the end. Hell, I hope. You know what? I'm gonna have to check something. Might have to change that after this is loaded. I think we're going to have to change that. Let the airside services just complete. I did it. No. That should still load. It's weird. Anyway.
On runway 18, flaps, flaps.
All right, this thing, I don't know, SimBrief really messed up. Look, it says I must fly at 13,000 foot. I know that ridge we need to be at 13.8, so that's totally unrealistic. That is horribly wrong. Very, very wrong. We'll manipulate it the way we want it, don't worry. Let it load. Once it's
On
done,
runway 18. On
we'll
runway
fix what we need to do
18.
over here. Okay, because we learned a couple of lessons. And in us trying to land at Paro, first of all, in real world, the 738 won't land there, so we're obviously taking some artistic liberties here. Secondly, we've learned that we should not be too heavy, because too heavy means too fast, and then you have a problem landing. So that's why I say we'll have to manipulate this a little bit.
More electrical problems to show Nico as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Tell me, Mac.
Well, when you got your engine started, before you take off, because you're going to have to realign your IRS again. But I'll need both engines running.
Okay, Mac, I don't really want to do it now because it's getting late. I'll try maybe do it. Let's do it at the end of the flight before we shut down.
Okay,
Right? Instead of
fair
doing
enough.
it before the time, let's just get out of here and get this thing done, because I need to do a go around and then I need to land it, then do another go around. So we're in
Yep, fair
for a
enough.
bit of a struggle now. Sorry,
No,
man.
fair enough.
Like, I just need to wrap my mind around this. I took out about 40 passengers, so that should be about
Yeah.
130 passengers. Should be fair. Let's quickly look at the landing here. Oh, it won't, because I haven't done the performance stuff yet. Come on, come on. Hey, Attila. Right, so we're going to leave all that as is. When I wanted to spawn here, I didn't have any parking bays or anything. I had to spawn on the runway. Hey, North Gaming.
What?
So we...
You're at
Hmm?
Paro, are you?
No. I'm at
Yeah.
VEBD.
Okay.
It's almost at the foot of the mountain, Mac. It's a short hop just to
No,
get
fair
over the
enough,
mountain.
Yeah.
I want to...
when you said there was no jetways or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
or
No.
parking ramp. Okay.
I think it's 777. Just check. No, it's PR 888. Sorry. But 77 is when we come back. We'll do a heading select takeoff there.
On runway 18. On runway 18.
Alright, and we also now know from experience that PR 808 should be 7,600. Otherwise, this thing does not calculate the altitudes correctly. Hey, Dave. So Zibo says he's fixed this turn. I'm looking forward to it. That's one of the things he wants me to test now.
With you.
Hello, Akbar. Yeah, Christopher Zibo asked me to test again. A couple of things we want to test now. Right, so that is hopelessly wrong. Let's see if we can figure out. We have to be above 17,000, so we're going to make this 18,000. Right, the other thing I want to check is just the D-rated takeoff. I saw another guy, Mac, he says the D-rated takeoff doesn't work. See, it's set to 95. Set to 95, so there is 95. So we're going to press Toga and see if it works, because he says it goes full power. It doesn't matter what you set in the D-rate, it just goes full power. No, I never bother to check things like that until somebody mentions it. Yeah.
Hang
Right.
on. That's N1 set, is it, to whatever?
Yeah, to 95%, because that's the D-rated
okay.
takeoff.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. 17.
Need to make certain that N1 selected on the VFD.
Needed to know that. Right, so we say 80. Ach, look where I'm turning. Board. Seven 350. That's close enough. And one back. Yeah, Dave, I've done it with saved flights over and over and over again, probably now 12 or 13 or 14 times already. And I'm getting gooder, much gooder than before. Much better. Press the wrong button there. Right, I've also taken Linda out. This is my test model, so she can't interfere with me. Right, so things are set. Let's get going. Did I do everything? My trim, my flaps. Looks like I've got everything. Hey, Vaughn. Right, Max. So let's have a look, see what happens when we press Toga. So there's 40%. We just want to do that test that Mark said as well. Let's do the Toga test. So we're at 40. Then we're going to hit Toga, and look, it stops at, well, 94.3. So in the FMC, it said, now it's changed it. Oh, you know what? I changed the payload. Did I change it before or after? You see, now I don't know. It could be because of that. I could have lost track of when I did it. But anyway, look, the fact of the matter is it is reporting correctly and it goes correctly.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, the D-rate works. Hello, Papa Mike. Right, so I have a question for you. Papa Mike, I think you're on Mac. One of the users in the forum again talked about this dead band. I move my yoke less than 1 centimeter, if even. It's probably half of that, to actually do this takeoff. All right. So when I pull back, the aircraft goes up, and sometimes I might have to pull a couple of millimeters more. But for me, it's just the way it is. It's just, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't give me the sense that there's a dead band. Okay, so I'm struggling to understand the terminology and the idea that there's a problem. I know a couple of versions ago there was a very big problem in Mac. So as the user didn't tell me whether he's on Windows or Mac or Linux, I don't know. So here's my question to you. Anybody else feel that they have to physically rip their yokes all the way back? Maybe even dislodge it from the table, or is it not that bad? What do you guys find on your day-to-day flying of the Zibom? Can some of you maybe give me a bit of a feedback? Well, no, I didn't even check that, Dave. I haven't seen that. So I press the buttons, then I look down and I just continue with my setup. I never ever look at stuff like that. But now I'm sitting and talking and I'm not turning back on course. Eh? Yeah, Sean, that sounds like what I'm doing as well. Ooh, look at this. I'm using explain real weather. Look how that ground level jumped. That's not right. Yeah, you don't pull that much. Yeah, no yanking. The way that I perceive it is that the guys are trying to say that they have to pull too much, and I just don't get it. I move mine so little, maybe a centimeter. That's a half an inch for you guys. See, Papa Mike, you have to pull about half. I would I would say for me in level up, I sometimes pull like off, okay? But not with Zibo. So, forgive me, but I'm at a complete loss. I said I'll speak to Sasso about it, but I just don't perceive the same thing. So, it could be that Windows doesn't do it. It could be that Mac does it, or it could be that Linux does it. I don't know. And that's the next question I need to basically ask then on the forum is, what operating system? Are we missing something? Because if it's a Mac thing or a Linux thing, I'm definitely going to miss it. That's where Walter comes in. And like I said, Papa Mike, I think you use Mac as well. I'm speaking under correction. You know, guys that use Mac, Antonio, they'll have to speak up, you know. Yeah. It will, on my system, if I ever get close to an inch, it's going to be, you know, something that's foreign to me. I just never do it. I never have to. This aircraft just is, you pull back slightly and it goes. It's smooth as silk. Antonio did, Owen. A couple of versions ago, Antonio was complaining about having to pull the yoke too far and the authority on the elevator wasn't right and all. And that was a Mac issue. We didn't have it in Windows. So, more homework. No problem. No problem. Right, okay, so let's talk about today's little test. The one thing Zibo worked on the request is that when we do a saved flight, the actual position of the flaps needs to be saved and recoverable in the exact same position when you load the flight again. Okay, so that's one thing we're going to test. He then also fixed the go-around here at Paro. I think he said it's the RF leg that he noticed when he looked at my stream. Later on, he watched the recording, that he noticed the aircraft was turning in the wrong direction. So he wants us to test that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to save a whole bunch of flights as we go into Paro, overwrite all the old ones. I honestly meant to delete all of this, but I forgot. And there is an issue with the other axis interfering with the yoke. Okay, so we need to look at that then, Papa Mike. You know, we need to get Zibo in on that because we obviously want everybody to have the same experience, eh? Hello, Alex. So anyway, we're going to save. The first couple of saves will be before descent, and I think the last couple will probably be after descent. So one of the things Sasso figured out earlier is once the aircraft touches down, and then whether you do a full stop or a go-around is irrelevant. When you go back and you load a flight, the FMC information is gone. Okay, so we need to test that as well. So we've got like 3+ tests that we need to do. Right, to make the load on the computer a little bit less, I'm not using AutoOrtho. Well, this is stock standard X-Plane I'm using, and I'm also using the X-Plane weather instead of the xEnviro because of all the flight reloads we're going to do. So that gives you a bit more background. There you go, there's 18. I don't know, man. No idea where the thumbs up are. Oh yes, the other thing that I keep on seeing, which I forget about, is when we restore the flight, the auto brake is not set. Papa Mike, let's talk about it on the forum, eh? Tag Zibo, sorry, in that post. Let's see what he can do for us. Yeah, but that's two different things, Sean. After a flight is complete, it's natural, it needs to go away. But when we recall a flight, because now we're busy doing testing or we're doing training, you don't want to respawn on a 10-mile final and then have to reprogram the whole FMC. See what I'm saying? When the flight's complete, yes, it must go. When it's not complete, you're redoing this thing. It needs to remember the FMC. So in other words, if Zibo resets the FMC after a landing, there must be an additional piece of code that says if you reload the FMC, put the stuff back. Hello, John. Yeah, you see, that is probably book knowledge that never came my way. All right, so when I look at pulling up, doing my thing, again, I move my yoke ever so slightly. I don't have the feeling that I'm pulling the yoke off the table. I don't have that. It never happens to me, which is probably why I then miss that little bit of information, because I don't see it. I don't experience it. I have no idea what the guys are talking about, to be honest. You know, for me to go and try find it, to pay more attention, I don't know. This is where Sasso will have to come in. I'm going to have to get him, sit with him, discuss it. John, I get it if you say slightly, but what is slightly? If I move my yoke an inch, it's more than half extra of what I usually move it. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't see it, I don't experience it the way it's told. And this is what I'm missing, because I hardly move my yoke. But the way the guys talk about it gives me the impression that they are pulling the yoke off their tables. You know, this is what I don't get. This is what is confusing me when I try and understand what the guys are talking about, because I don't see it. I don't know it. Yes, Sean, I know about that one. That I definitely know of. I'm pretty sure it depends on the hardware, but more than that, it also depends, it looks like, on the actual operating system, because there seems to be a discrepancy between what the guys experience. The next question is input Yoke advanced? Is it on or is it off? Are you using your own curves? Did you make your own curves? Are you using the Zibo curves? Are you augmenting the Zibo flight model? You know, so, you know, all of these things, it becomes a huge discussion. And I don't think everybody understands how deep it can get, you know, from my perspective at least. Hey, Luigi. All right. Okay. Well, you see, John, that's a start. That's something we can then build on. But the next guy might not. But anyway, listen, that's a discussion for another time. We're going to have to look at that sometime. So let's do the first save here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the first save over here. Right. So before we get there, we want the other saves in place. Right, so let's go to standard. We want to start slowing down. Way too fast to put that gear down, but it's going to help us just now. Max landing. Yes, Dave. You know, sometimes you have to calibrate again. Sometimes you have to actually you know, delete the preferences files, and there's so many other things you can play with. But anyway, like I said, it's a different discussion. Papa Mike is right. Let's look at what we need to do here. We can worry about the rest on the forum. Well, look at how I struggle with my flipping pedals. I have to calibrate it nowadays almost every flight. You know, I'm at that point where I'm going to go and find that controller file and delete it and make a new one, you know. So part of my work still to be done. Calibrate in X-Plane 12. I stopped using the EFP because of the brokenness of this Bravo of mine. We lost the LNAV there. Oh, we lost the command again. Oh man. Right, so we're going to come back to this configuration. We were supposed to be earlier set up, but anyway, see, it happens when we talk too much. Right, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, I think we made it. This is about the right place. 13.81 145. Right, so there we go. Right, so we need to come back to flaps 40, full auto brake. That thing is stowed. We can actually, Ahmed, we're going to use it again, so it's irrelevant. And the rest. Okay, so this is going to be, these two are going to be the test versions. The first mistake we made is we didn't take over the moment we went over that ridge. I'm going to try and fix it. Might have to go back to our first save. But the flaps will retract automatically. Because of that speed, let's pull our speed brake again. You know what, while we are here, let's go back. There it does go back. Gonna be a quick test. Right, there we go. So here we are. Now we can unpause. Right, now we need to really pay attention. Right, the gear is going down. We're going to start pulling the flaps. Autopilot, yeah, we need to bring you down. 5. We'll resave those other ones. Gear is down. Those flaps.
Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature. Went down way too fast. It wasn't using that VNAV. So let's just try and climb a little bit back up. We really do want to get over that ridge. It's normal in certain circumstances, not now, but certain circumstances, yes.
Right, okay, so this is a better place to be. Right, so we saved with full flaps, auto brake is set at max, and we are in almost the perfect position to take over now. This is where it needs to come back to us now. Right. Right, so we're going to go pull back on our thrust levers and let the aircraft dip its nose. Keep an eye on the speed.
Radio altimeter.
Terrain. 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 Terrain.
Success, Nico.
Okay, Owen. Yeah, you can stay now. I've got a better grip on it than the last time, so I should make it.
That's not the reason I went the last time.
No, I understand. I'm just saying.
Hey, did you go early? Did you go down earlier?
I did. I've done this quite a few times.
That's what I did at the end.
I did quite a few times.
Because you're 150 already, now, and you went down earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So the big trick here now is to get your alignment with that runway correct. See, yeah, we're getting a bit close here now. There's our runway center line. Is the runway. Right, now, because Ian is enabled, it actually shows you that light path and we are high. So now we need to descend without crashing into the next hill and getting too much speed. And then the other problem is if you go below VREF +5, your elevator authority diminishes tremendously, and then you land very hard. So you've got to keep your speed at VREF +5 as close as possible.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
You see, you've got to push it down a little bit now.
Yeah, because it's a slope up, huh?
Yeah.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway. 5,000 feet remaining.
Right, so what we're going to do,
3,000 remaining.
why is it not releasing me? Oh, you know what? It's too late. I had my auto throttle not in the right position. Okay. Ooh. Let's just stop here. Get control back. We're gonna go swimming. Okay, I don't care. Let's do it again. So let's test this safe flight. Let's see. Oh, this water is wonderful. Look at this.
Yeah, nice.
Let's go test it. Yeah. That's cold, man. Refreshing. Sorry?
You never told me you were going to go fishing.
Yeah, sorry, Uncle John. Right, okay, guys. So now what we want is we want to have full flaps, full auto brake, as we can see there. And when we press unpause now, we need to be able to do exactly what we did earlier with everything in place. And there's
By
no
the way,
movement.
That's all.
Yeah, so there's no movement on those flaps. I was saying to Zibo earlier when I tested it, yeah. Sometimes the flaps would retract on its own, you know, or sometimes it would be at a lower setting, then I have to add 1 or 2 notches, right? So, Dave, it's there, but you got to look careful for it. I was flying more over it than not, so if I get my angle better, you would probably see it better, you know. So there you go. We've got our V-speeds. We've got everything. So I don't know why. Some of the guys were here on Discord with me earlier when we tested it, and it didn't keep anything. And look at that. Look. Even the magenta line, even the FMC settings is there. Now I ask you now with tears in my eyes, why didn't the previous test flight show this? Could be that way, Mohammed. Yeah, of course. It could be that. Let's do our thing. Let's try it again, and then what we need to do is try and do the go around, because this clearly works. Now, whether it's a fluke or not, that's what's puzzling me. It sure as damn it didn't work earlier. The life of a test pilot. And look at that. This is even an even better approach than earlier.
By the way, Nico.
Yes.
That Copilot window on the right side that has that. How do you call that? The side of the window. How do you call that?
What the
that
side?
bar.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What about it?
Well, when I fly down there. Down the river.
Yeah.
And you're on the left side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I turn in with a 40-degree bank.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment that I see the runway on the right side of that Copilot window.
Okay, get it.
Nearly against the bar.
I'm with you. Yeah.
At that moment, and that when you do that, you turn in later.
Mm-hmm.
And you get an easier way to get in.
Okay. Well,
because then you fly to those houses and you make your left turn. It's also 40 degrees back. It's hard, but it's easier to get that plane in under control there.
All right. Well, we'll check now. I'm gonna just do my thing again. Oh, and look here. Look, after I press the pause button, look, the auto brake has gone off.
1,000 feet stabilized.
The auto brake was lost.
Oh, oops.
Right.
And I was on 135, by the way, speed on that at that point.
Yeah.
All the way down, I mean.
500.
Think rate.
Approaching 1.
Well, this was a much better approach than earlier, eh?
400.
See, practice does help, eh?
300.
Caution, taxiway. Caution.
There's your monastery on the right-hand side. There it is, with the red roof.
100.
All right.
Oh, you've got that scenery. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Caution, taxiway.
Think rate.
Don't turn too late.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I've got a bloody moth fluttering around me here now.
Oh, this is a better one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is much better.
Is this the standard X-Plane 12 scenery?
No, port
Oh,
scenery.
okay.
1023. So that has changed. All right, now you see here, look. Now it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Ah. Thanks, Vaughan. Yeah, I've got my moments. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little bit bad, whatever. You know, it all depends on that initial approach. Now, again, let's look. This is how it's saved. Look, it says full auto brake. It's got full flaps. Everything is the way it should be. It's even got the FMC stuff back in. Hallelujah. So look there. Just after unpausing, that auto brake goes back into problem state. Right, this time I'm gonna do the go around. I wanted to do it earlier, but it didn't happen.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
What scenery is it, Nico?
Give me the bell, it's on the Org store.
Okay.
Yeah, this terrain elevation story you're talking about, it's like flying there at Princess Juliana, St. Bart's. And the guys that made that awesome St. Bart scenery, even they got the elevations incorrect. And when the elevations are incorrect, it doesn't help for your guidance. You know, it messes the people that knows better around. And I followed some of the tutorials the real world guys did on YouTube, you know, watch what they did. And you just couldn't see the same stuff. So I can assume the same happens here. That red roof monastery, at least if you know where to look, like I showed you guys now, you know, it is there. So there is our glide path. Now I don't have to worry so much about the glide path, just to keep it.
Terrain.
Right, and then the other thing I need to do is set this for 16,000 for the go around.
Evening, John and Mac as well, and Thunder.
Evening.
All about the reference points.
I'll send you a PM, John. John?
He's on push to talk, not sure if he's actually watching.
Oh, yeah, perhaps.
Speed brake is now no more extended. And my yoke, the trim got stuck. Right, so we're following the magenta line a bit closer now. There goes that glide path again.
1,000.
It's the runway. There's our red roof monastery on the right.
Taxiway. Caution. Taxiway.
100.
Yeah, you see, if you just control it better, it's much easier to come and land here.
Think rate.
50.
Think rate.
Right, so 15 gear up. What did we say? It's 1023. Yeah. Right, let's do the go around like a pro, yeah. Just means I've practiced way too many times.
We're checking that go around route, Nico.
Yes. Yeah, Zibo says he fixed that RF leg.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Hello into Sims. Yes, Steve, correct. The transition altitude is 18,000, so I think the FMC might have it slightly incorrect there. Index takeoff approach. Yeah, there we go. Lost. No, it doesn't. I know where it could be. No worries, you're welcome.
No flaps at this stage.
You were speaking, Nico. We can't hear you.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I said I was going to set my descent altitude to 13.8 because that is the elevation, well, the altitude I need to get over that last ridge. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice. I sat here yesterday over and over and over and over. Even today, earlier Thunder was here. Thunder, you were here earlier, right? When I did the previous testing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange. The aircraft is behaving differently between then and now. And I was thinking, you know what the only difference was I was using an old save and then I made a new save on top of it, right? And I'm wondering if that old save didn't still have funnies in it when I first reloaded. This is a brand new flight with everything done on this version of the Zibomod, which makes it different.
I think on your best landing, I think you came in right over top of the monastery.
Yeah.
Line yourself up better. Wow.
No, that's true. But I'm now referring to all the data that goes missing or went missing before, losing the FMC yet.
Exactly, yeah.
All those weirdies, the weird stuff that happened. And I think it changed because this is a brand new flight with everything that was saved and done is done in this model, not the previous model that could have little funnies come through. I hear you, Christer. It's going to be slower, better to handle, all those things. Well, Zibo did a great job in this leg. It's fixed. Look, it's sticking to the circle now. It's not turning away again. Thank you, Zibo. Appreciate it.
Came in a few minutes late. Is this an updated version of the 0.02?
No, it's the same one we had earlier.
Oh, okay.
But the difference is I started the flight that you guys saw me do earlier with a previous version safe flight. And I think that's maybe where the problem came into then, why we were struggling.
Makes sense, yeah.
Evening, Sasso. Be aware, Nico.
Aware of what?
Sasso is here.
Oh, no. Hello, Sasso.
Perhaps not on push to talk.
Good evening.
Hello.
Oh.
It's hello Paro, Sasso.
Is the same one as before, Nico?
Yes. Yeah. We just tested the go around. We also tested the approach like 2-3 times. The saving worked this time. For some reason earlier, I also had the same as you. I told you I lost my FMC. This time I haven't lost the FMC.
Okay.
So I lost it when I did a full stop. All right. Then when I reloaded the safe flight, it was back. But previously, earlier tonight, we didn't get it back. Now I said to the guys here just now, the only difference is I have now started a new flight with the new version, and I did not use an old save from a previous Zibomod version to initiate everything. You understand? So I'm thinking that whatever the discrepancy was could be coming from that old save. You know, so you might, when you test it again, just delete all your saves, make new ones. See if that helps. That's just a suggestion, you know, that's just something that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Ah, crap, I pressed the wrong button. Reloading a flight instead of saving a flight.
I've done that many a time.
That's a
No.
known problem, Nico.
Yes.
Are you sat at your computer flying, Sasso, or not?
No. Just on the iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I potentially found one or two more electrical problems. But
Yeah. Now we didn't save the FMC, Sasso. Let's throw the FMC away.
what about if you reload it again, Nico?
No, I
just
did.
In case
I
it's
did,
a
Mac.
loading problem.
I did.
Okay.
I even tried different versions. So look, it's gone.
Okay.
Let's just. Okay, there it's back now. You see, this save, this one was before the landing. These ones are now all after the landing, after the go around. So this one still
you
seems
go.
to work.
Yeah.
So the moment you've landed, it throws away that FMC.
Yes.
And also it doesn't save or it doesn't keep the saved position of the auto brake. See, so here we go again.
Although it's possibly saved, it can't load it once you've landed. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because that.
Look, once you've touched
Yeah.
the wheels on the ground and you need to do a go-around and you go from there on, it must still give you your go-around procedure and stuff.
Yeah.
So it can't really clear at that point in time.
No, it can't.
If the trigger was parking brake, I can understand, then it's gone. Or leaving the runway or something, I don't know, something like that. But it's not supposed to do, you throw it away in a saved flight. That's the crux of the matter. When there's saved flight,
Yeah.
must keep it.
SUBSU will have to give us the official information for when it cancels the FMC flight.
Yeah.
I presume it's probably before you get to the terminal, because do you start programming your next leg when you're taxiing in?
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't touch. There is a point where the FMC is empty. And usually I can see the FMC empty as we vacate the runway, but it really depends.
Speed related.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Yeah. It won't be weight on.
It shouldn't be.
It won't be spoilers, because if your spoilers didn't work, I suppose it wouldn't matter if it didn't empty.
1,000.
Yeah, I think it's probably speed related.
Yeah, if you say to me under 80 knots clear, I understand, because you can't do a go around from 80 knots again.
No. Do a quick search for it, see if I can come up with it.
No, Royal, you can't do that. It's copyright protected. You can't do that.
400. 300. 200.
Yeah, this is better over the monastery. Yeah. Now push it down.
100. 50. 40.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
Yeah, correct. It doesn't keep the QNH either. I must remember that. Thanks. Thank you, Sean.
He did with me.
Yeah, I think. Look, I had the QNH from the departure airport, not the arrival airport in. That's what it's remembering because that's where I made the save. So that's actually not, halfway through. It does remember it. It remembers the wrong one because of the way that flight was saved and how it was saved, when it was saved. Exactly. Don't worry about you and I will worry about that later. So the VNAV says so. Do I need to cycle the flight directors, or why does the VNAV switch off? And look, there's no horizontal.
I don't know.
This is weird. VNAV's not coming on. See, yeah, well, there we go.
Well, it's deselected. You should press it.
I did. It kicks it out, and then it says it's CWSP. Somebody else asked me earlier if that is normal, and I said no, it shouldn't be in this situation.
No, but look
No,
at the left side.
something went very wrong here now. There, now it's back on. Okay, something really weird happened here now. It's like it lost all the altitudes. Okay, it's weird. Yeah, it's like it lost all the altitudes. I didn't notice it, and then when it came back, I noticed it. There, it's flashing and it's back. And look, oh yeah, it's obviously now descending because it went way past 16,000. It didn't stop at 16,000 because the VNAV wasn't on. Okay, Zippo will have to look at this. Oei. Yeah, something strange happened there now. I think it happened the last time as well. It just didn't bother me. I just fixed it, you know. You just quickly press a couple of buttons and it's gone. But now that I paid attention more, I obviously realize it's wrong. That shouldn't happen. Alright, so let's put our approach back in. Okay. Zulu, PR 777 this time. Execute. Legs. Yeah, all right, and then $13.8. 16816 13.8. Yeah. Okay, so that's all
Guys, I
good.
have to go. I have early alarm tomorrow.
Okay, so sleep well. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, this is default explain scenery. It's only the airport that has got byware scenery. Dom, I've used it every time now. I've used the save situation. What it does is it reloads the save situation and then it puts your simulator in pause, and then the pilot in command can then click the unpause button and let it start from there. It's a magnificent setting. Sasso asked us to put it in there. This is a nice wide circle that you fly, maybe a bit too wide. The only thing that PMDG has that I still want in the Zibomod is the automatic step climb that it suggests at some point in time. We've discussed it this side. One day Zibo will put it in, but that's about the only thing they've got that we don't have. If there are other stuff, it's obviously not relevant to me, so I wouldn't know. But last time I flew it, it's pretty much of a muchness. Sleep well, Christer.
This is a late one for you as well, Nico.
Yeah, it's almost midnight. Hello, Christopher.
Full stop this time?
Yeah. I just want
Good luck
to...
on your landing.
Thank you. I just wanted to do a couple of these saves. Stay. Yes, Christopher, thanks, man. Right, so let's do a new save. Now I need to remember we're on the reds. Right, and we're gonna do one in-landing configuration shortly. The way to go still. After the full stop, I just want to load one of these, probably this very first one, just to see if it lost the FMC again or not. So Zibo needs to check what happens in the go around as we climb. It loses the VNAV and it loses the horizontal bar on the FD. That needs to be checked. And the FMC that loses its data. Because remember now, we didn't do a touchdown in this flight. So theoretically, it should not lose the data from the FMC and it should then reflect in saved flight. You know, red is the one to save and green is the one to load. I'm supposed to know that, but make a mistake and it's gone. Hey, Andrew. Sunny, warm. Nice. Almost midnight here, man. Right,
No,
so
if
Mac?
you press the green, it doesn't lose your current saved plan, but it reloads that one that you were flying. It doesn't save it.
Yeah, exactly. It reloads whatever you had saved on there. So if you saved it 10 days
Yeah.
ago in Timbuktu, you're going to go back 10 days to Timbuktu.
Yeah. Yeah, you've lost your current spot. You can't save it.
Yeah. I'll do that last save just after this waypoint, just before we get to the ridge again. Do you agree? There's full auto brake, there's full flaps. We have stowed our speed brake. We don't need it at this point in time. We should be okay. I mean, if it can recall all of this, we'll be in business. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome to the support here as a member. Yeah, QNH is set 1023. Let's just make sure it didn't change. Oh, it's 1022 now. There's one more waypoint. I'll save it just before the waypoint. Right, last one. Save. So that one's just a little bit earlier, and that one's fine, and these two were coming on to this last couple of turns. Right. I don't want to be funny. There's your reach. This looks awesome. This really looks cool. There's your 13.8 mandatory.
Radio altimeter.
13.8 mandatory, 13.8, look. No one can ever say this aircraft can't fly a flight plan. Look at that. There we go. It's up. Dive, dive, dive. Bombs away, Stuka. Just to watch our speed. There's no time to do it now, Andrew. Yes, technically I should, but for the test purposes, I've done this flight, this approach so many times. It's like 7,000, I think 300 or something that you have to set. It's not enough time now.
Radio altimeter.
I don't know if you've noticed it, I'm trying to stick to the magenta line, see where that gets me. Just get a feeling that I'm a little bit too high. In fact, I can see I'm a little bit too high, so maybe this magenta line will sort it for me, I don't know.
Think rate. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Terrain.
1,000.
Terrain.
Ooh, look at the diamond, it's actually coming in.
Think rate. Think rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
400.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Think rate.
300.
Approaching 1-5.
Is our monastery coming up on the right?
Caution, taxiway. Caution,
200.
taxiway.
100.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Caution, taxiway.
200.
Think rate. Pull up. Pull up.
100.
Think rate. Think rate.
Caution, taxiway.
50.
Caution,
40.
taxiway.
30.
Oh, come on.
20. 10.
Come on, come on. I'm gonna end up in the pub.
2,000 feet remaining. 1,000 remaining.
I just oversteered there a little bit. Sorry, guys.
Caution, on taxiway. On
If you watch earlier, you'll see I did a couple of nice landings here. But the last one isn't that great, but anyway. Yeah, but the momentum in this aircraft is tremendous, eh? Alright, so let's try this. Why did the plane crash now? Oops, no, there it comes. Right, so Tom, you were asking about the pause. There's the pause, and this gives us time to quickly scan and see what's set, not set, whatever, and then we obviously let go. And strangely enough, that thing doesn't work at auto. Back and look, we've lost the FMC now. See, we've landed, and now the FMC is gone. Yeah, Christopher, I've done a couple of very nice landings there, I must be honest. No lie. It was really good so far, but you know, things happen. Oh, look, the autopilot isn't on, nothing's on. Why? Let's just reload it once more. That's it into Sims. Yeah, there's always a positive to the negative.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Let's try that save. See if this one's better. Not really. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's go land, make it a full stop and call it an evening.
Radio altimeter.
See, now there's no guidance whatsoever. Hey, man. Don't worry about that now. Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful. Really, really wonderful. It's complaining about the off-schedule descent. Thank you, Thunder. Thanks for all your support tonight. Yeah, you've had a nice feeling of me flying. Eh? Thanks for coming around.
No trouble. Have a good night.
You too.
Radio altimeter.
A fire, you say? We're gonna have to slip a little bit, yeah.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Slip it in a little bit. Die.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Getting better.
Terrain.
Flaps automatically started lifting. Yeah, just a pity I can't do a barrel roll here in the Mach loop as well, you know. It's not gonna work. Not tonight.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Pull up. Pull up.
Here's the runway.
Think rate.
Approaching
400. 300.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
200.
Caution. Taxiway. Caution.
Yeah, imagine 200 feet above those houses, poor people.
100.
Think rate. Think rate. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
5,000 feet remaining.
Okay, it's not pretty, but at least I didn't go to the pub again. This shouldn't be a hull loss. Thank you. Okay, All right, so I've redeemed myself just slightly. Guys, you must have an awesome rest of your day, whatever you do. I'm going to go sleep now. Have fun, and we'll talk to you again in the week sometime. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.